So the open house is over. I have a question for you. How would you rate yourself on 1 to 10? 10 being great, 1 being give me a break. It's horrible. Where are you on your follow-up system? The open house is over. You've got to stay in touch with these people. So did you do all this interaction with people only to not follow up well? Maybe you got your thank you note out or something like that. But even that, you send a thank you note. Are these people going to ping you back? You send a ping out, are they going to ping you back? Is your system that you send out in the follow-up all about your brand and just about houses in the area? Or do you send things that are insightful, that intrigues the recipient? Or are you just sending MLS properties and stuff about your brand and why you're the best realtor? Aren't they getting that from the next open house down the street? So your follow-up system, think about it right now. Just lay it out and objectively look at it, perhaps have somebody else in the office or a friend look at it. Is this stuff like great, intriguing? Is it effective? A lot of times people say open houses were not effective and they bail on it and they blame the idea of open houses. They didn't equip themselves before the open house. They didn't equip themselves with the proper scripts. What to say when, what not to say, what to ask, what not to ask, how to respond to questions. They just say open houses were not for me. I know a realtor who said he held 20 open houses and had picked up no buyers, but buyers cruised through. So was it him or every buyer that cruised through? Which one was the problem? Of course, some of those buyers aren't that good. But again, we know that there's plenty coming through. He was losing a lot of the business. Once he showed me his follow-up system, it was pretty evident that he wasn't even interesting. He was a big brand, but what he was doing wasn't interesting. So think about it, evaluate it. 1 to positive 10. Where do you put yourself? If you give yourself a 10, but you're not making a lot of income off of your open houses, then you probably misjudged yourself and gave you a high number. Most people come in around a 4 or so, and they're really being honest with themselves, their follow-up system. We'll go into this. What can you send to people? A series of 4 different ideas to get these people to stay in touch with you and have them ping you, because you're sending out a ping. We want them to respond back to you. Just like with the open house happened, they came to you. Now we want the mailing pieces. We get so interested in getting them on electronic mailers, emailers, getting them signed up to get property sent to them, and then drip on them for the next 2 years. I want to sift the leads. Just keep sifting them out. And instead of putting them in the long-term drip campaign, just delete them so they're not a distraction. Let's go through this thing and sift out the bad ones and keep the good ones. And the follow-up system will help with this, because of the customer to be, if they aren't interacting and pinging you back, well, you probably sifted out the bad ones. Let somebody else catch that person and spend hours and hours and a whole summer driving them around when they aren't really motivated. So we'll get into more about your follow-up system, but first I wanted to ask you to evaluate your current one. Is it a keeper? Would you train everybody in the company to use your follow-up system? Okay, thanks for watching.